How can a city of glamour and riches contain one of nation's deepest humanitarian emergencies? Los Angeles, long seen as a symbol of ambition, faces a sobering truth: more than 72,000 people lack housing county-wide, down 4% from 2024, but still overwhelming and daunting. This film travels into the core of the homeless in America, examining 3 different parts of the city, each a clear portrait of hardship, resilience, and gradual progress. Using the 2025 point-in-time count, we reveal the lives shaped by this emergency, the decisive actions underway, and the obstacles that remain today ahead. What truths lie within these neighborhoods, and can they illuminate a path toward lasting solutions?
Me being homeless, I need help, and it's hard out here. I really want to go to a program, go to rehab, and get my life together. I really want to get off the drugs. I'm tired of it because me on drugs, I'm not focused. I can't, take care of I'm not in my right mind. I just want to get off drugs.
Skid Row, ground zero of the emergency. Beneath the shine of downtown Los Angeles' towering skyline sits Skid Row, a name long associated with the homeless in America. This roughly 50-block district, home to an estimated 4,000 to 6,000 people without housing, stands as the most concentrated epicenter of homelessness in the city. Walking these streets, the atmosphere is heavy with survival tents stretch along sidewalks, improvised shelters spill into alleyways, and the expressions of those who live here speak of trauma, dependency, and systemic breakdown.
Basically drugs run most of Los Angeles itself, but especially Skid Row. Skid Row hurt me in ways I can't ever explain. It made me do things, it made me see things that I wish I never would have seen. It's amazing what people can do to other people.
Data from the 2025 point-in-time count by the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, LASA, shows that about 70% of Skid Row residents remain unsheltered, sleeping in tents on sidewalks or in doorways, exposed to weather and daily uncertainty. Within this population, 22% live with serious mental illness, while 21% struggle with substance use, figures that reveal a community needing far more than short-term solutions. Skid Row's hardships did not emerge overnight, nor have they faded with time. For decades, the area has drawn those forced to society's edges, a crossroads where deep poverty and despair intersect. Many residents slipped through safety nets, weakened by widening inequality and an unforgiving housing market that feels unattainable. Median rent in Los Angeles now exceeds $2,800 per month, while low-wage earnings barely move, leaving no margin for crisis. For someone earning minimum wage, a health emergency or lost paycheck can quickly become eviction and eventually a tent on Skid Row. Adding to this burden, the dense concentration of mental health and addiction challenges requires sustained comprehensive services that remain insufficient. How can so much suffering persist in a city defined by wealth? Still, even here, signs of hope endure. The city's Inside Safe initiative, introduced by Mayor Karen Bass, has produced measurable progress. Since launching the program, has cleared more than 100 encampments across Los Angeles, with Skid Row at the center of its efforts. Outreach teams arrive offering motel stays, food, and health care, seeking to move people indoors and stabilize lives. In 2025, these actions helped drive a 9.5% countywide decrease in unsheltered homelessness, with Skid Row experiencing a visible though limited reduction in tents. Local nonprofits such as the Midnight Mission and Union Rescue Mission remain vital supports, providing daily meals alongside counseling, employment assistance, and recovery services. Volunteers, often neighbors or faith-based groups, hand out blankets and hygiene supplies, small gestures that signal enduring humanity. Yet lasting progress remains elusive. Short-term housing often becomes a temporary pause rather than a permanent solution. Many individuals placed in motels return to the streets when funding expires or permanent housing never follows. The 2025 PI count reports that although 27,994 people secured permanent housing in 2024, need continues to outpace availability. Los Angeles County faces a shortfall of roughly 485,000 affordable housing units, a deficit that weighs heavily on Skid Row. Fear of displacement also shapes resistance. Outreach workers note that some decline shelter offers concern about relocation far from familiar surroundings or doubtful of promises made before. For residents managing mental illness or addiction, the scarcity of long-term treatment beds, fewer than 2,000 hospitals for a county of 10 million further limits recovery paths. Skid Row thus remains a contradiction, a place where assistance appears yet too often vanishes before real change can take root. Venice, where coastal beauty confronts hardship. Just a few miles west, where the Pacific Ocean meets the energetic stretch of Venice Beach, another powerful chapter of the homeless in America comes into view. This legendary neighborhood, known for its colorful boardwalk and creative culture, reveals sharp contrasts with surf boutiques and handcrafted cafes standing only steps away from tents and parked RVs. A 2025 RAND report records a 15% decline in unsheltered residents here, signaling focused intervention, yet encampments remain along Oceanfront Walk, forming a stark contrast to Venice's iconic appeal. The 2025 point-in-time PT count estimates several hundred unhoused individuals in Venice, many living in vehicles or improvised shelters drawn by the mild weather and a sense of relative security. How does a place celebrated for openness and expression contend with such visible hardship? Venice's unhoused community is varied, including a noticeable number of transitional youth, between the ages of 18 and 24, a small but highly vulnerable group. Data from 2025 shows a 1.7% decline in this population, suggesting outreach success, yet their fragility is undeniable. Many are former foster youth or young runaways navigating adulthood without stable guidance or resources. RVs, once symbols of freedom and travel, have become final shelters for families and seniors priced out of housing as median rents in Los Angeles climb past $2,800 per month. The 2024 approval of Assembly Bill 2525 allows quicker RV removals, accelerating cleanups while fueling controversy. For many residents, an RV is more than transportation. It is their only protection from sleeping on the street. What becomes of people when their last form of shelter disappears without an alternative? Responses to Venice's homelessness crisis take multiple forms. Mayor Karen Bass's Inside Safe program has expanded locally, offering motel placements and ongoing case management to those prepared to leave tents or vehicles. The county's Pathway Home initiative has shown strong results, housing 27,994 people permanently in 2024 progress reflected in Venice's shrinking encampments. Collaborations with groups such as St. Joseph Center deliver specialized job training and mental health care tailored to Venice's population. The 2025 PIT count documents a 13.5% citywide reduction in tents and vehicles, a shift clearly visible in the neighborhood. Volunteers and nearby businesses also play a role donating meals and financial support, while the Venice Neighborhood Council, despite internal disagreements, pushes for expanded shelter capacity and affordable housing. Can these collective efforts balance Venice's creative soul with the urgent needs of its unhoused residents? Still, unresolved tensions remain. While many locals express compassion, concerns about safety and cleanliness near the boardwalk persist, as encampments contribute to waste and reported crime testing community cohesion. The January 2025 wildfires in Pacific Palisades disrupted outreach operations, redirecting resources to emergency response and leaving staffing gaps. RV removals under AB 2525, though effective in restoring order risk distancing, those who depend on them raising difficult questions about enforcement versus empathy. The larger housing crisis continues to overshadow progress. Measure HHH's $1.2 billion investment has launched projects, but development remains far behind the county's estimated shortage of 485,000 units. Venice now stands at a turning point, attempting to protect its cultural identity while facing a crisis that challenges its very character. How do we ensure that advancement reaches people as well as places, not only what the eye can see? Hollywood change under the spotlight. At the core of Los Angeles, Hollywood offers a revealing chapter in the story of the homeless in America, where the glow of the Walk of Fame collides with the reality of street encampments. Once defined by promise and celebrity, the neighborhood now reflects dreams that never reach the screen. The 2025 RAND report notes a 15% decline in unsheltered residents, mirroring progress elsewhere in the city. Yet Hollywood still shelters a large share of Los Angeles's 43,699 unhoused people. Of this group, 40% are rough sleepers, individuals without tents or vehicles who rest directly on sidewalks. They are often the most difficult to engage, cautious of outreach due to deep mistrust or untreated mental health conditions. Why does a district known for success so frequently leave its most fragile behind? Hollywood's population data exposes deep disparities. The 2025 point-in-time PIT count reveals that Black residents, representing only 8% of Los Angeles County's population, comprise 33% of those experiencing homelessness, a gap plainly visible throughout Hollywood. Many face severe challenges, with 22% living with serious mental illness, while the county's fewer than 2,000 psychiatric beds fall far short for a population of 10 million. This imbalance keeps people cycling between sidewalks and emergency rooms. The January 2025 wildfires in nearby Altadena intensified pressures, pulling outreach staff away and displacing some unhoused residents with limited support. These interruptions highlight a system under strain, unable to fully address layered needs. Even so, progress is evident. Mayor Karen Bass's Inside Safe initiative has gained traction, clearing encampments along Hollywood Boulevard and moving hundreds into temporary housing. The USC Street Medicine program plays a critical role, bringing healthcare directly to sidewalks through exams, prescriptions, and referrals for those otherwise overlooked. Measure. HMH. A $1.2 billion housing bond has fueled affordable housing projects in Hollywood, though delays mean completion remains years away. Organizations such as the Center for Hollywood provide meals and employment support, while neighborhood groups lead cleanup efforts to revive public spaces. Together, these actions have contributed to a 17.5% citywide decrease in unsheltered homelessness over 2 years, with Hollywood benefiting from that momentum. Still, significant hurdles remain. Rough sleepers are often unreachable, declining assistance due to mental illness or fear of confinement. The county's shortage of 485,000 affordable housing units continues to overshadow gains as construction fails to meet demand. Businesses reliant on tourism report reduced foot traffic linked to visible encampments, heightening friction between economic survival and human dignity. Los Angeles' new homelessness department, launched in July 2025, aims to better coordinate services, though its effects are only beginning to emerge. Hollywood now faces a defining moment, weighing real progress against enduring unmet needs. Can it once again become a place where hope belongs to everyone? Linking the parts, a unified citywide plan. The varied hardships across Los Angeles neighborhoods intersect in a common fight against the homeless in America, a crisis that challenges the city's determination. The 2025 point-in-time pit count from the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, LAHSA, records 72,308 unhoused people countywide, including 43,699 within the city, reflecting a 4% decrease from 2024. While this progress is promising, it exposes a larger truth: only a coordinated citywide strategy can convert short-term gains into lasting stability. What steps must Los Angeles take to ensure no one is overlooked in its response to homelessness? At the center of the city's response is a web of programs tackling different dimensions of the crisis. Mayor Karen Bass's Inside Safe program has removed more than 100 encampments, relocating thousands into temporary options such as motels, helping drive a 9.5% decline in unsheltered residents and a 13.5% drop in tents and vehicles. Yet, temporary placements often prove insufficient as many individuals return to the streets without permanent housing. The Pathway Home initiative has emerged as a key success, placing 27,994 people into permanent homes in 2024, but it faces a daunting shortage of 485,000 affordable housing units. Measure HHH. A $1.2 billion bond supports housing construction, though delays and rising expenses slow momentum and leave projects unfinished. Mental health and substance use disorders affecting 22% and 21% of the unhoused population require immediate focus. USC Street Medicine provides direct care on the streets, but with fewer than 2,000 psychiatric beds across the county, access to long-term treatment remains limited. Substance use programs have lowered prevalence by 16%, yet expanding these services continues to be difficult. Organizations such as the Midnight Mission and St. Joseph Center deliver essential aid, but inconsistent funding restricts their reach. The Homelessness Department, launched in July 2025 under Sarah Mahan, aims to bring coordination and accountability after years of criticism over mismanagement. Its initial actions show promise, though measurable outcomes have yet to fully emerge. Outside pressures further complicate the landscape. The January 2025 wildfires in Altadena and Pacific Palisades stretched resources, interrupting outreach and displacing some unhoused residents. State actions, including Governor Gavin Newsom's 2024 directive to remove encampments and Assembly Bill 2525 allowing faster RV removals, have accelerated cleanups while sparking concern. Clearing tents or vehicles without alternatives risks deepening marginalization. Across the nation, the homeless in America face worsening conditions, with homelessness rising 18% in 2024, due largely to housing shortages. Possible federal funding reductions threaten to undermine local progress. A connected strategy uniting neighborhoods and agencies is critical. Each community offers lessons. One area's emphasis on mental health care could inform another's work with rough sleepers. Progress supporting youth in one neighborhood might guide family-focused solutions elsewhere, where family homelessness increased 5.9%. Street medicine approaches could expand into areas dominated by vehicle living. Community involvement volunteers sharing meals and local councils advocating for shelters sustains this shared mission. How can Los Angeles stitch these insights into a comprehensive plan that allows every neighborhood to move forward together?
Good, man. I'm good, bro.
A personal reflection, the burden of delay. As I reflect on the homelessness crisis tightening its grip on Los Angeles, the human toll of our shared inaction feels overwhelming. Walking through one neighborhood, I saw a man weathered by years on the streets divide his small meal with a stranger, a brief moment of humanity in the midst of hardship. In another tent set against the shimmer of the ocean felt like a bitter contradiction to the city's promise.
Tacos.
In a third, a woman's soft refusal of help, rooted in fear of losing her autonomy, lingered in my mind. A reminder that trust is as limited as housing.
Dog food?
These moments, beyond the statistic of 308 unhoused people in Los Angeles County, expose a system that continues to fail its most vulnerable. Los Angeles has the resources and creativity to become a national leader in resolving the homeless in America crisis. Yet red tape and flawed priorities slow meaningful progress. The $2.5 billion spent over the past 8 years signals intent, but the projected $21.7 billion needed in the next decade, with 2/3 still unfunded, looms heavily. As someone who lives here, I carry both optimism and disappointment.
Over here handing out food.
Initiatives like Inside Safe and Measure A show potential, but they require urgency, faster housing development, expanded mental health capacity, and policies centered on people. The glaring racial imbalance: 33% of the unhoused population is Black, despite representing only 8% of the county demands targeted action. We cannot tolerate a city where dignity is treated as a privilege. This is a call for residents, leaders, and communities alike to insist on and build a Los Angeles where everyone has a home. Conclusion: a city at the turning point. Los Angeles now finds itself at a turning point in its struggle with the homeless in America. The 4% decline in homelessness recorded in 2025, fueled by Inside Safe Pathway Home and Measure A, offers a clear sign of momentum. Still, with 3 out of 8 people remaining without housing, the work ahead remains immense. Skid Row, Venice, and Hollywood remind us that effective answers must reflect the distinct character of each neighborhood. By aligning housing, healthcare, and community-driven solutions, Los Angeles can shape a future where shelter is not a privilege, but a certainty. The real question is not whether homelessness can be solved, but whether we will respond with the commitment it requires.
That wasn't an attitude. She just said it with spite.